scene 3, I believe, is where she stumbles into Max's inn, and pretty much gets a room, and then she's having a little bit of a moment because she hears like a song on the radio, and he kind of picks up on that, but at the same time we're still getting the narrative from Max, so he's like filling it in here and there, and then we got like scene 4 is like her in her room. She's kind of setting up and getting cozy and getting comfortable and wondering if she's gonna stay. And then we start meeting the characters. Like, she goes out for a cigarette or a smoke or hit the vending machine or whatever, and there's one guy out there, and he's got like his little boom box, and he's blasting the credit song from Commando, and they're just like walking in one by one, and she's just like, she's wondering what's up with this, so she tries to investigate, but she can only hear noises, she can't see what's going on in there. And then the next morning she goes to Max and asks him, like, she's got a copy of her CV, if she can photocopy it, and then photocopy it so she can go look for a job. So then, she kind of looks for a job. That's where she starts meeting all the other characters, because she's going through the town looking for a job. And then we end that with the diner scene, with the chef freaking out, and the kids causing trouble, and maybe a little jukebox thing. We'll have like the Rocky IV robot music, and then she kind of goes, she's kind of like walking through, and the record starts skipping because they played it so much. The chef played it so much, and the chef's like, can you be a dear and go over there and choose another song? So she chooses the Led Zeppelin song, and we get the scene with the kids acting rambunctious about the media on TV, and then the chef just goes crazy. We got that scene. and then after that she comes back because she doesn't hear word from anyone, like no one in town's hiring, so she asks Max, can I maybe get a job here? So he hires her because in his mind he knows that there's something bigger about this. So, then the next day we get her like going through rooms. She's pretty much cleaning rooms, but she can't get into that last room where it's actually 2 rooms, and they hollow out one of the walls connecting the 2 rooms, and that's kind of like the clubhouse.
Yeah.
So she can't get in there. And then over time, eventually she gets in there. And then when she finds out what's going on, she's like, so that's what you're down here doing? You're down here playing false prophet? And he's like, I'm not playing prophet. I'm Full Metal Prophet, baby. So then, they induct her into the group. They go to the movie theater. We actually meet Sam and Willa's character in there, kind of, a little bit.
Oh, Sam and Willa, they're in New York.
Yeah, exactly. But I wanted to have Sam kind of like via Skype to the group, kind of like he's already involved with the group, but via Skype. And then in the third act, he actually comes, and his presence coming in is also what helps them to act out, to act out crazily, because he's more, he's got all this pent up frustration, and it culminates in that big bang, at the end.
This is when they're watching Casino Royale in the theater, right?
Exactly. So they go to the theater, they do that, then she learns about the bootlegger guy. So the bootlegger guy is, bootlegging the movie. They get into their whole ordeal over there. And then Act 2, we're going to have, I guess, I'm trying to keep it as 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes per character, and we'll do like an origin story for each one. So if you want to come up with some awesome origin stories, we got 18 to do.
Okay, perfect.
And then, like a little filler, I think there's like maybe 15 or 20 minutes at the end of Act 2 that we can play with, that we'll leave open. And then Act 3, bam, everything just goes crazy.
Oh, great.
Act 3, we can have maybe them go to the, do the whole movie thing, like the whole Rambo-thon, all 4 films in the theater, and then they can start getting into trouble after that because the movie doesn't go well, like the box office return and all that.
Yeah, that's perfect. I was thinking maybe while they're I was thinking about you know, in movies they have like a countdown. You know, like in the episode of 24.
Yeah.
I was thinking, before the opening scene with Blair, after the credits, and after the title, it shows the countdown to January 25th for Rambo 4.
Yeah.
Instead of calling, I was thinking about, instead of calling it Countdown to Rambo, I was thinking calling it Countdown to D-Day.
Yes.
Countdown.
Yes. Yes. That's amazing. So I love that, like when the scene where the media in the beginning, like the whole media scene, and then after the media scene, you get the supporting Rambo that pops up. But I wanted to add that music from First Blood Part 2. You know, in the very beginning of the movie where it's like, da-da-da-da-da.
Yep.
And then we'll have like the countdown bar.
Yeah, like you had the title with Engulfed in Flames, like supporting Rambo, and that's perfect.
Yes. That'd be amazing. We could build like a little fire at night, make it like a cutout.
Yeah.
A cutout of supporting Rambo and like a black piece of construction paper.
Mm-hmm.
And then light up the back of it. And just have the fire going through it. We'll make it out of like we'll slap it on. We'll spray paint some metal so we can like take the sign and actually wave it into the fire, so the fire can like shoot through the supporting Rambo. That'd be amazing. This could be crazy.
I had this other scene where right after there's a scene where after the final countdown where it goes to 0 and then it slowly fades out, and then we see them getting ready to dress up. You know, like in how Rambo is been preparing in the second one, where he's pulls up with his muscles and they're all getting his weapons together.
Oh, that would be amazing.
We can do something like that. We add the music, and then we make some fun of it where they one of them is wearing a Rambo kid's mask, and then add some comedy into it somehow.
That'd be amazing. I was also thinking in the third one, when they make the movie, we could call it the mini movie Sling Bow, and have her like with the have you seen those, like they're like slingshots but they turn into bow and arrows? It's called a sling bow. I'll send you some videos on that.
Okay.
But we could have her with one of those. That would be pretty cool. There was another thing. Yeah, there's like, I'm writing this whole kind of montage, like, I don't know how I'm gonna place it. It's either gonna be when Blair gets inducted into the group, or before, because I really kind of want to keep it like a surprise. That way I think the comedy works better, like, you know, to roll into it through Blair's eyes. But I might change it up. There's a scene where Max is saying, you know, it's like, we're looking for 2 people left, but one of them is already among us, which is Sam's character. And he says, 1 will come from a long path, and 1 shall come from the sky. And actually, Sam's coming from the sky because he comes on the plane, right? From New York. So, you know, just to make it funny, you know, like a little, like, have Max, like, decked out in crazy clothes. And
Yeah, he's dressed up, like I say, he's kind of dressed up like Rambo. He has the long hair, he has the headband, he has the black tank top with the black and red camouflage fatigues.
Yeah.
That's their costume in the club.
That'd be
amazing. Every time they come to the club, they're dressed like that.
Yes. But it's weird because I'm sitting there and, like, for Max, I don't know what it is about Max's character, but I'm always thinking of, you know, in Sin City, how, like, Mickey Rourke has that narration. Mm-hmm. In my mind, he always sounds like that.
Yeah.
So it's funny, you know, to sit there and kind of think of, like, writing kind of like Mickey Rourke type lines, but have him just a little bit more outside the box, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, one's coming from the path, and the other one shall come from the sky, or shall fall from the sky. You know? So just weird little things like that. So pretty much that's the whole the walkthrough. I guess in Act 3, you know, we'll do the whole Rambo-thon, and then, you know, the next day while the bootlegger's working on, the bootlegger will have like the cut of the movies that they watched. Sorry, and they'll have the thing with Blair, like Blair's expressions to all the different parts of the movie. And I guess he's gonna send that to her as kind of like a love kind of thing, you know. But it would be cool because we could take like audio clips from all the movies and just have her expressions on it, you know. Then when
she's watching the movie in the Rambo-thon, right?
Yeah. And then she'll walk out, and then her perception on the world is totally changed. And then, you know, we'll have her wrestling with that, knowing what she's got to do, but she'll wrestle with it, I guess, through the whole thing, but she'll know what she has to do by that point. So, you know, we can play with that. And that's even cooler, too, because then after that, we could have, like, the whole water balloon scene. We can even go crazier than that. We can throw in some actual anarchy.
Actually, I had this one scene when they decide to go on their rampage. There's a scene. I remember there was a video on YouTube. I remember someone talked about it on our radio show, and it happened around Christmas where they showed some footage of a video camera of these guys dressed up as Santa Claus, and they're causing havoc, running crazy around this lobby at a movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about, and that gave me the idea that instead of drawing guys dressed up as Santa Claus, I think guys dressed up as Rambo, and they're causing havoc in the movie theater, and they go in and they throw water balloons with red paint on the audiences who went to go see Meet the Spartans in Hannah, Montana, and they're shooting them with super soakers and stuff, all red paint.
That would be amazing. And we could have, like, Max, we could have him be like, nobody understands, but I have a vision. This girl will be a slut. Regarding Hannah Montana.
Yeah, I was thinking, I had the idea where they have one of their meetings and they talk about these Murdoch, these young kids, their parents push them to icons like Miley Cyrus instead of Rambo. They see Rambo as a R-rated bad role model. Well, sooner or later, I see a vision where she's going to end up being an R-rated slut.
Oh, that would be amazing. That will be so amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. This is going to be crazy. So hopefully halfway through July. My girlfriend's going to San Diego, first week of July. So I have the whole week to just jump on that. Like jump.
That's good.
Yeah. So I'm planning on getting everything else out of the way by July 1st. That way, after I take that week to work on finishing off the supporting Rambo script, the week after, we're going to do the last episode of Season 2, which is The Force of Freedom, which is going to be good.
I want to be involved in that, but that's what made me discover Rambo in the first place. But
that's going to be a long one. That's going to be at least 10 hours. That's going to be a long one, because I'm gonna go through every single episode of The Force of Freedom, all 117, all of them, and we're going to have you on, I guess, for a couple of hours, 2-3 hours. Maybe?
I can stick around for maybe an hour or two. Yeah.
All right, and then we're gonna have Mickey Cardone on too, so maybe another 2-3 hours. So maybe 10 hours, at least 10 hours.
Or when do you want to do the pop culture thing?
We could start that right now, or maybe next, or maybe next time, because I don't know when my girlfriend's gonna come to hijack the computer, because she's been watching Orange Is the New Black. She's like in love with that show, so yeah.